I'm feeling very happy today that I'm interacting with the teachers of the green planet Earth, and we are one family. In Sanskrit, we say Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. It means that the whole world is one family, and that is why it's my pleasure today to be talking to you all. And the topic today is wonderful topic. That is the well-being and mental health of the teachers. The teachers are great because they are educating the whole world. Whomsoever is there in the society, whether a great doctor, researcher, administrator, politician, artist, whomsoever, they are molded by the teachers. That is why I say that the position of teacher is great, and therefore it is very important that we should take care of health of the ourselves, means teachers, and therefore this topic, beautiful topic, is selected by none other than Mr. Kamal Ghoda. It's from the Association of Sri Lanka, and Mr. Sudhakar Singh, who is for the DKIF. DKIF means Dr. Abdul Kalam. He was a great teacher, researcher, and whatnot. I have met him personally. So, having these two great people beside us, I want to start today's webinar, and I always say pranam to all the teachers who are present here. And now I will like to introduce a great teacher. She's the principal in one of the schools in Chindwara, that is in near Bhopal. And if I just talk about her qualifications, she has done her MA in English, okay, fine. But then she has done her PhD in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And she has done graduation in social work also. And she's doing a wonderful job as a teacher, as a social worker, as a principal, and as a human being. And she is going to tell us so much about that, how we can keep our health, mental health also good. So I just want to tell you that how I met her. I was sent by CBSE to do the Perspective Resource Person selection to Bhopal. And she was one of the contestants there. When I've listened to her, I felt that she knows much better than even me. So she's there today, and whatever I have not told about you, you can say it on your own, and let's start this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction that you have given. So thank you for the association for inviting me for this wonderful session. Thank you for the participation of the teachers and the dignitaries from the various schools. So today's topic, if we start, it is mental health and well-being. Specifically for the teachers we are talking. Actually, when I completed my PhD, my topic was relevance of teachings of Bhagavad Gita in individual and social well-being. So I have learned about it, and I thought maybe I would help you to understand some more about you all, what you know. So let's start our session today. Ma'am, should we start?
Yes, please start the session. And you can even tell that our great teachers that in case they want to ask any question, then
Yeah.
they can ask on that and you can see. Like
Yes, they can
once,
unmute themselves
no,
and
not
they can.
unmuted. They are not
Okay.
allowed to get unmuted, but they can
Okay.
write it.
Okay.
Let's start.
Is the screen
You are
is the
not
screen
visible.
visible?
Madam, you are not
Uh,
visible.
okay, my screen is visible to all.
No, right now, not to me.
Okay, just a second. Just a second.
Okay. Yes, you.
1 second, just. Is my screen visible to all?
You are visible, but on the screen, if you want to show any PPT or something, that
Yes,
is not
PPT.
visible.
I'm sharing. I am visible to you all, but the screen is not visible till now. But just a second.
Sudhakar sir, can we help her?
Yeah, Rashmi ma'am, if there
Yeah.
is a possibility for you to share the document with me, I could share it for you.
Okay, you can start speaking, and even if the PPT is not visible, we'll see it later. So you can start speaking.
Rashmi ma'am, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is Sugandhi.
Okay, Sugandhi, can you help her?
Yeah, if doctor can share the document with me,
Right,
if you
right. I
could
will tell
share it
her
with me,
that she will
if you
start
can
the
WhatsApp,
conversation,
if
and
you can,
she can send the PPT to you. So from your
yeah,
side,
so that I can share.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I'll just talk to her.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Am I audible to all? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am.
I'm
We can.
okay. Thank you. And can you see my screen?
Uh,
No, ma'am.
your
Uh,
screen not visible to us, ma'am. Only your.
okay.
Now it's I could
It has
see
started.
Rashmi, ma'am.
Mental health and well-being for teachers.
No, we could. Rashmi ma'am has shared the
Uh,
ma'am. It's the yeah.
it's the slide that is mental health and well-being for teachers.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am, just
Are
go ahead so that I'll get it.
okay.
I'll get it
Okay.
and I'll share.
Okay. Okay. So I just wanted few of you to tell me what do we mean by mental health? Few insights from the participant. Anyone?
Mental well-being.
Mental well-being. And what is mental well-being? Okay, so let us start. Let us start by speaking that we all take care of our physical health every time. And it is a need of an hour to take care of our mental well-being as well. We have choose the topic today that mental health and well-being specifically for teachers. Why is it necessary for teachers to be mentally well-being? So I would like to ask some of them that do they have stress in life? They can type it in their box. Do they have stress? Do they feel angry? Is there any jealousy that they can feel? Please type it in the inbox. We are talking about mental health. Somewhat guilt is also moving on. Right now, is my screen visible to you all now?
Yes, ma'am. Now, okay.
Okay, now it is visible. Thank you. So now the screen is visible. Let us start with today's objective. That what are the objectives for this meeting? The objective is to raise awareness and understanding about mental health, because it is really important for every one of us to feel mentally well and supported and be happy in our life. We have some coping strategies that will come ahead, and we have some more policies that will reduce the stigma, and we have some code of conduct and values for the teachers as well. Moving ahead, we start with the defining of mental health. Mental health refers to your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It encompasses our thoughts, feelings, and behavior affecting how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Come on, let us understand emotional well-being. So, is there any difference between emotional and feelings? Yes, feel. What do we feel when somebody touches us? When we feel sometimes hot, we sometimes feel cold. So this is feeling. But when we attach emotions to it, when we say, I'm happy, I'm sad, it becomes emotions. So taking care of our emotions in daily life is really necessary. It is not necessary that we should say that I have an emotion, I am getting anger. Why so? We can have moderation also followed in a life. Maybe we can feel much, but we should not attach our emotions, or we should have positive emotions in our life. Psychological and social well-being. Social well-being says, how do we relate with others? How do we interact with others? How do we make choices? Because every time when you make choices, it makes all the difference in your life. So moving ahead, we'll understand that why mental health today we are talking, because as teachers, we all know that India has the largest population, where 50% of the population is of the age of 25, and then 65 is below the age of 35. And adolescents, about 21% of the Indian population. That means the world's future is in our classroom today, and we have big responsibilities towards us as well, and towards the student, and towards the nation as well, and then finally to the world. Now, more than a thought, good mental health does not mean the absence of challenges. Like if you say that if there is no tension in my life, I will feel good. But rather, if any challenges come to us, we should have the ability to cope with life's ups and downs. It is said that I should have resilience. What is resilience? Can anybody tell me what is resilience? Can you type it
Bouncing
down?
back during
Yes.
stressful situation.
Yes, bouncing back. So when life gives you a challenge, you should know how to bounce back, how to cope up with the ups and downs. That means the situations or the challenges in life are not going to change. We need to change our perspective. We need to change our efficiency and raise it so that we are able to cope up with the challenges in life. Now, factors that affect mental health. First factor is genetics. Come on, let us understand. There is a set pointer for everybody's having genetic effect. That means that everybody has a set point in life. If suppose I have problem in my life and negative to the negative side, I go by 20% or I become sad by 40%. So that is my genetic set point. And maybe in life, if a situation comes when there is a death of a person, I may be sad for 40%, but then I will bounce back and come back again. If I'm happy in a situation, I will have it. My set point will be 40 for the happiness also, and then I will come back. You might have seen the people that they have 80% of the negativity in them. They are not able to cope up with the stressful situations, which may lead to stress, depression, anxiety. That is why we need to work with our set points in our life. Genetics plays a very important role in mental health. Now, is it that we cannot change it? But we can really change that genetic point. Once we understand that what is a set pointer, we can slowly work over it and reduce that set point. Many times environment also plays a very big role. If we are built up, if we are nurtured in an environment that is too negative, all the circumstances are negative, the situations are adverse, then what happens? We also become negative. But there is a small story relating to it. There were two boys, and one of the boy was he was a person who used to drink, and he was a loser in his life. And the other brother, he was quite affluent in the society. People used to understand that he is rich and he was serving all the other person. So one of the friend went to both the brothers. To one brother, he said, why is it that you are loser in your life? He said, because of my father. From my very childhood, I have seen my father drinking. I have seen my father beating. So this is how I became. Whatever I have seen, I became this. Understood it. Then the friend went to the other brother and asked, why are you this way? He said, my father. Because from the very starting, when I saw my father beating and drinking, I realized that I am not going to be like him. I will change my life. So there is environment also that affects people, and there is stress also. Now, stress really works, but I would say stress is what? It is expectations are more and acceptance is less, is the result of stress. We have stress in life, but if we understand God has given us blessings, but when we do not accept it, we become stressful. So reducing stress, understanding what life is bringing to us, that will help us in reducing and maintaining our mental health as well. Now, here I would like to have a happiness equation for you all. Happiness equation says S. What we have talked about, genetic set point, that in the last slide. What is genetic set point? That we get from heredity, and it is said that we can change. The second was environment or the circumstances. But we here is voluntary actions and choices. Whatever choice in life you are going to make, it will make all the difference in your life. If you take charge of your life and understand that, no, I am not going to be the victim of the circumstances. I am going to be the leader of the circumstances. then you can have this happiness equation in your life. We should not be the puppet of circumstances. Situations cannot make us or break us. We are human beings. So we should be more stronger, more courageous than whatever circumstances bring us. Now, let us understanding the four key things everyone should know about mental wellness. Mental wellness versus illness. Mental wellness is more than the absence of illness. What is absence of illness? Stress, worry, loneliness, sadness. These are negativities in life, but everybody has some part of it in their life. It depends on the proportion that you are having in your life. You can have peace, joy, happiness, and you can have a purpose for our life. We are all human beings and we are on the planet Earth. We might think that why am I on this earth? What am I doing? I am just here to eat, sleep, drink, or earn money. Or is there any purpose to my life? So we need to be having wellness in our life. Now, when we talk about mental health and well-being, it is a lifelong and proactive process. You cannot say, today I am having well-being and tomorrow I don't have to work over it. You need to be cautious and you need to have daily working over it. Like a garden, if you see, if we plant roses, lilies into it, naturally we are going to have good flowers and fragrance. But still, we will have weeds also into our garden. So it is a continuous process that you are going to plug out that weeds from your mental garden. So it is a regular process. Regular process says that coping with life adversity, being resilient in stress, worry, loneliness, anger, and sadness. I have seen many people saying that we are not habitual of talking to many people. We do not share our emotions or sadness with anyone. But I would say that as we share our problems with others, it reduces because it is already shared. So it is necessary that we should have a coping strategy also. For another level, if we say we should have a richer life, we should have a deeper, meaningful human experience called flourishing. So it is in the continuum, one side we have negativity and one side we have positivity. Then the third says shift in perspective. Shift in perspective is from victim mode to hero mode. What is that? Generally, I have seen people having guilt in them, or I have seen people having victim, understanding themselves as victim. One thing I would like to ask the audience, can I be bilingual or it's only English that needs to work? Or Hindi will also do. Audience?
Ma'am, excuse me. Actually,
Yes.
we come from Sri Lanka. So
Okay. So English will do help you. Okay.
we have
Okay.
some
So
more.
I'll stick to English. More towards English. Okay. Okay. Thank you for answering. So what? Any other thing? Okay.
No, ma'am, you.
Okay. Moving from victim mode to hero mode. What is victim mode? When I think that I am the victim of circumstances, I don't have charge of my life. So what I do, I blame others. I blame the circumstances. He made me unhappy. He has spoiled my life. Then this is called the victim mode. And when I become hero, that is, I take charge of my life. We might have seen some movies and where we see hero and heroines. So that is what we are for our life. When we take charge of our life, we become hero. And then we are not in a victim mode saying that he has spoiled my life. No, nobody can spoil my life unless and until I allow the other person. It is my life, it is my rules. So I am going to lead my life in a better way. Now, next point is multidimensional and personal. You need to understand that well-being is multidimensional. Why? Because it has holistic well-being. You have seen that if we have emotional problem like for thyroid, if you have thyroid, that means you have a problem where you are not able to express yourself in words. So every illness, physical illness, has a emotional perspective. So we need to understand that our mind affects our body as well and vice versa. Our mental wellness is also connected to our beliefs and values. Now, if I believe that I am not able to do this, I cannot extend my boundaries, so I will not be able to do it. It is what a person believes, he becomes. So my belief system will help me to move higher in my life. The next is values. What are the values that I am having in my life? How my life is governed with values. Now, how I interact to the other people, what is my tendencies and nature, and it even to the realms of consciousness and spirituality. How spiritual I am. If I believe in God, I will be able to understand that God is the ruler of this universe, and my life is also being moved by His or he is the director of my life. So this will help me to understand that I can cope up with all the problems. Now, importance of early detection and interventions. We cannot say that we don't have any stress in our life, or children do not have stress in their lives. We need to understand that everybody, even the classroom students, are stressed at an early age also. So a child of 5 years or 6 years may be stressed due to different reasons. Now, early detection, preventing exhalation. If you detect early that there is stress in the life of a child or a teacher, he is not able to smile, he is not able to mingle with the people, you will be able to understand the detections, why, what is the problem behind, and what is the issues that has to be answered. So this will help for the timely intervention. Then if once we get the intervention, we can have effective treatment also. Like for physical ailments, we go to a doctor. Same for the mental illness, we can go to the psychologist. There is a myth that says, no, I cannot have a mental problem. But why? We have a mental body and a physical body as well. If I can have a physical problem, I can have a mental problem also. And it's okay. It should be accepted and we should interfere into it and go for therapy and medication. Now we should have coping skills with us, learning how to cope with stressful situations, learning to be resilient as techniques. Like I say, if we know, if there is a technique to make tea in our life, there is a technique to do everything, solve problems in our life, cope up with the stress also. Everything has a strategy, has a technique, has step by step movement. So if we build them, we are able to cope up with them easily, improving quality of our life. Once we become the hero of our life, we can easily improve the quality of our life, and intervention and help with the friends, families, counselors will really help us to be mentally healthy and well-being. Now, empathy and support. There is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is when you feel sad for the person and do not feel connected. But empathy is when you feel connected with the person and feel sad as well. First thing that comes is listening without judgment. If you see anybody that is who is under stressful situation, you should listen. Actually, we should not have judgments. We should not think why this happened. We should listen just to listen. Let the other person speak. Be a good listener. So active listening and non-judgmental support helps to open up. And then, as I said earlier, that by sharing, Your stress can also be shared. Then educating oneself. Educating, that means telling teachers, telling students that you can educate. It's okay to talk about problems. Everybody has stressful life. Everybody deals with some or the other challenging situations. Like when I was a child, I might have situations what the students of today are having. So it's okay to have stress. It is okay to have problems. Nothing new into it. Our work is to offer support to friends, family, classmates, to anyone and to ourselves. That is most important. And promoting kindness. We can be kind, like ma'am said in the starting, Vasudevai Kutumbakam, understanding that this whole world is just one family. And then it will surely make significant difference in the life of other people. Now, teachers, we have the topic mental health and well-being for the teachers. Why? Because teachers are influencers by choice or by chance. You are a teacher, and I say this is the highest profession that teaches all the other professions. We are the child of God. We have been appointed by God, and then answerability stands to God. We are the one who shapes the future for a transformative future. So when we see the children, they are just mimicking the behavior pattern, specifically the parents, their siblings, the teachers, their relatives. So it is necessary that the elders have their own mental well-being strengthened so that they can also help the youngsters who are coming for them for support. The physical, mental, and emotional environment in which children grow and develop determines their personal, social, and professional recital as adults. So, what are the coping strategies? So, the first is exercise. It's really necessary that we need to leave mobiles at one place and go out to play, go out for exercise. Like for teachers also, the whole day you all work, but exercising is very necessary as it filters your mood and makes you energized. Like you charge your mobile every day, so you can charge yourself also through yoga, through mindful meditation, and then your creative expressions. CBSE or NEP, if we all know, they are also strengthening that every child should have creative expressions. Let them write poems, let them write creative letters, let them express themselves through art, through dance, through various art forms, so that they can also portray whatever is in their mindset. Now, self-care practices. So establishing routine. Everyone, like if you would like to shine like sun, you should get up before sun rises. So you should have a very healthy routine. These days, we think that sleeping late at night will help us. Getting late in the morning will help us. No, because if you see, it is 12 a.m. 1 a.m., 3 a.m. That means morning time starts very early, not at 8 a.m., not at 7 a.m. So we should have a stable routine, setting boundaries. Everybody should have their boundaries. They should know what to do, when to do, how to do, what is that socially accepted, what it is not accepted. You cannot say that it is my life, my rules, so whatever I think right, I will do it. No, you need to work as per the society. As I told you all earlier, mindful meditation. What does meditation do? Or we can say, what is the difference between prayer and meditation? So, prayer is when you talk to God, when you tell Him all your problems, your questions, your worries, when you discuss, it is called prayer. And when God talks to you, when you get intuitions, that is meditation. So practicing daily meditation establishes connection with God and thus establishing peace, happiness in your life, and then you have moderation in your life, balanced lifestyle, prioritizing sleep. So sleep is as essential as getting up. We need to sleep, have a very good sleep of at least 6 hours daily. 8 hours, I think it is too much because I never sleep for 8 hours. But for me, 6 hours are more than enough. For the children also, it is more than enough. And here is the topic of values and upholdings. So it's good to be good. Everybody might have heard about frequency. Everybody might have heard about vibrations. What are they? We have heard that birds of the same feather flock together. So if I am good, then I will attract people who are good. So we need to have basic values into our life. That is, first is humility, then integrity, compassion, courage, and kindness. Humility is being human, being in your talkings, you need to be very polite. You need to respect everyone when you are having humility. And integrity is when nobody is watching you, you are doing what is righteous. And compassion is love for all. And courage is being resilient, being able to face all the life challenges. Maybe you can be sad for some time, but then again facing it with courage and kindness and love for everyone. So thank you for participating and any other questions. I end up my words here and I'm ready for your questions. Thank you.
Now the session is open. So you
Yes.
may ask question and I will just request Sugandhi ma'am if she gives the permission to the audience to ask the questions.
Am I visible to all?
Yes, ma'am, you are visible. Rashmi
Yes.
ma'am, we can go ahead, no problem at all. I have released their cameras and the mic, so they could go ahead.
So please ask questions. It's a very important topic. And then ma'am can say something about Bhagavad Gita also, that what kind of, mental health we can have after listening to some great verses. So my question, first of all, I'll ask the question from you, ma'am. And
Yes, ma'am.
uh, what is a positive anger and what is a negative anger? Because
Okay.
as you know, we are very much stressed, and uh, even adolescent, it is very difficult to handle them in the classrooms, and we do the sessions for them, but
Hmm.
sometimes they are very angry and they express it in that way. So
Okay.
how can we guide them, or to mold, or to transform their negative anger to the positive anger? Please, ma'am, help
Okay.
us with this question.
Okay, ma'am. So your question is what is positive anger and what is negative anger? So, ma'am, negative anger, I would say, is when I become angry from inside. Okay. And the positive anger is when I pretend to be angry, ma'am, and I'm not connected from inside. So, like a principal, it is my duty sometimes to show that I am angry and I am not going to tolerate this type of behavior. So it becomes my duty to show that I am angry. So that is a positive anger, and my intentions are good. But when I am from angry from inside, when I feel connected, like in Bhagavad Gita, you have said, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibrama, smriti vanchad buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. So, ma'am, it is that anger is just a D short of danger. If you see the spelling, Just
Yes.
add D to anger and it is called the danger.
Right. That's a very
So,
good coincidence.
so, so when we become angry from inside, and then we have change of thoughts from inside, that last time also it happened to us. Every time it happens, and we feel connected, it is really negative. So we need to be positive in anger for good.
So how I handle these situations of these young, very naughty boys. They were fighting with each other because, as a principal, we have to handle 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, and even children in the primary, secondary classes. So I
Hmm,
just told them that
hmm,
when you express your anger of fighting with each other, and even sometimes they are bleeding also, we have to take them to the hospitals also, as a principal, as the teacher. I told them, why don't you change it to the positive anger, like you express yourself, but not in this violent manner. Why don't you paint? Why don't you just be friendly with each other? And so some creative activities, you can have your positive anger, doing some creative activities, whatever. It is very powerful. Anger is very powerful, so that energy and power you can use for good things, so it becomes a positive anger. So this is what I just discussed with them.
okay, ma'am, one I'm going to show you that suppose this box, it is actually little bit empty, and then when I just twist it, it makes sound. Okay,
Okay.
and if it is totally full, it will never make sound.
Okay.
So the people who become angry, they have less fear, and
Okay.
the people who have their mind full, they do not become angry, madam. So
Yeah.
I tell them every time that the empty boxes make sound. You
Yes.
cannot do this. And second
Ad
thing,
bhari gagari chalkat jaye. It is in
yes,
Hindi.
yes,
Whatever you are talking in English, I am saying in Hindi.
Hindi, yes. And second thing, ma'am, it is that humility is the value that they need to have. Humility in Hindi is vinamrita. No one has this right to be angry on this planet.
Oh,
Everybody should have humility because they themselves need respect, and in the same manner they should also learn to give respect. Then only they will have respect.
and you are talking of resilience. So could you
Yes.
just explain more about resilience? Because during pandemic, we were using this word again and again. But I want, in your definition, as per your experiences with Bhagavad Gita and other social, you are doing a social work and you have taken a degree in that. So that
Uh,
resilience, please tell
yes,
us.
ma'am. Ma'am, I will answer your question, and then after that, there are many questions in the boxes. So
Okay.
we'll go one by one for them, and we'll answer the audience as well. So, ma'am, resilience is the second value system that we need to have in our life. Why resilience? Because we are not going to change any situation that is going to come into our life. Like after Bhagavad Gita, I could understand that God is the director and we are the hero of our films. So if suppose I give an example of a Hindi film, Sholay, and if I give example of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, maybe the people have seen or not, I don't know. But there are two films and two different situations. So in Sholay, like we have seen, there was a different situation and a different story.
Very
So
violent and negative.
very
Yes.
violent. And
Yes.
here it was a love story.
Yeah, it was a love story. So,
It was a love story.
positive and
So
negative.
yes, but now we need to understand if my life is having situations, I cannot change any situation because I'm not the director, I'm the hero. People just resist the situations. They say, I do not want this, I do not want that. But I would say that suppose there is some problem in your life, and if suppose this is the problem that has come into our way, a situation that we do not like, but we need to handle it. So what I tell that you need to just welcome this situation. Okay, you have come. Let you settle down first. Break state. Now, I will not put it on my head. I will not become stressful. I won't have anxiety. I just will be seeing this by 360-degree. I will just observe the situation, what has come. And then I will find the alternatives and then I will make the best choice for it. What people generally do, whenever the situation comes, they make it sit on their head. And then they are unable to see it from different perspective and they worry. But we need to break state it. We need to just keep it in our front and we need to observe it. And we should think how to deal with it rather than getting anxiety over it. We need to learn to deal with the situations. See, in this life, no situation is going to be changed. You need to learn how to deal with it. That will reduce your stress.
Very good, madam. Now you can just answer the audience questions.
So,
It is going to
ma'am,
be a interesting one.
thank you, thank you. I hope the audience is able to understand. Can I have anybody asking question?
Yes, Prasanna Devi. I can see it on that. Kindly ask the question. Please unmute yourself.
I wanted some practical techniques on how to handle classroom discipline and as well as the teacher being less stressed.
Okay. The first thing is we are too blessed to be stressed. We need to understand that it is only what we do not accept the situation. Our expectations are more than our acceptance. That is, we become stressed. Now, tell me a practical situation where you feel stress.
It's not only me, but many teachers have this.
An
Yes,
example. Any
yes.
example.
Particularly students of, like when they are ahead of their puberty age and all that,
Yes.
adolescents, mainly the adolescents, they have an
Yes.
attraction towards the opposite gender, and that
Yes.
reflects during the classes or
Yes.
after classes, and that's the main issue that I would say.
Yes. Ma'am, you are right. Actually, the students are not educated and communication is not established with them. If we are going to educate about their body changes and the changes that are taking place in the opposite sex as well, they need to understand that it is natural. Second thing is, I tell in my school is age appropriate activities. I ask them, do your mother still purchase diapers for you? No. Has your mother purchased wedding dress for you? No. Your mother is purchasing stationery books for you. Why so? Because that is age appropriate. And every time age appropriate activities should be done in life. Now, what are they doing? Are they studying in the class? It's natural to get influenced by any person. It's okay. But what is the limit? Are you going to give the 10th class examination at the age of 2025? No. So whenever and whatever age you are, you need to work accordingly. What is the top priority? I ask my students, what is the work that you do at home? That is washing clothes, washing utensils, making food, working hard to earn money, grooming the house. What is that you take responsibility of? If you are not going to take the responsibility of your education, of your studies, then what are you doing? Do your mother cook your chapati add 20% to 25% and give it to you? No. She cooks for 100%. Your father does his work for 100%. Why is that the child is distracted? Why is he not able to take care of his academics? So by talking to them, by establishing communication, actually, ma'am, we are now facilitators. We are now not teachers. We don't have to go into a classroom and just teach and teach and teach. We are facilitators. We need to establish relationships with them. We need to have communication with them. Like in my school, when I dress up in the jeans and shirts, I have a boys talk with boys, and then I have girls talk with girls. So I ask them, what is going on in your life? Is this really required? Is this okay? So in the starting, they never talked, but then slowly they understood that they can share everything with me. So taking out some time for the students to talk about their mental health is required. It is a continuous process. It is to be proactive in all these ways. This will help us, ma'am. Maybe you have got your answer?
Yes, ma'am, I've got, but I'm still, like media influences.
Yes.
There's so much of media influences among adolescents.
I would say we are the biggest influencer, ma'am. So we
Okay.
should never underestimate our power. We are teachers. Actually,
Okay.
we thought media is more bigger than us. No, media came in between only a few years, and we are in the life of the students from past so many years.
Okay, that answered right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
According to me, all teachers, we all subject teachers should talk to children freely. Then we
yes,
should take our classes.
yes. Actually, there should be 5 minutes time as per your subject. You can divert from your subject to your mental well-being. If suppose I'm too stressed, how will I learn in your class? That is, maybe we can have a different session on happy classroom. Maybe we can talk on many other topics. This will all help us to have how the classroom should be managed. It's not only the subject matter that has to be taught. We need to teach them values. We need to teach them ethics as well. Okay. Yes. Next.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Ritu, can you open your camera?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Just a minute.
Yes.
Actually, my question is basically regarding the thing that when we feel stressed, what are the some of the feelings and sensations we experience at that time? And sometimes it is like we do not understand the things. Basically, when we are stressed. So definitely we need to understand the things that when we are stressed and what techniques we need to take care of. So definitely I need to seek that what feelings and sensations we experience while we are stressed. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Just one question from you.
Ji.
What is your personal experience and how do you understand that you are stressed?
Basically, it happens when, in a confused situation we are,
Hmm.
and things. There are lot many things to do, but things are not managed in a proper way. So it becomes stressful at that time.
Actually, I would say that it is always not stress. It may be little bit
Yes.
anxiety also. It may be little
Okay.
bit fear also. So
Right.
we need to understand that if I am confused, it's okay to be confused. So before
Right.
taking a decision, I need to make choices. So if I'm not going to think over two different alternatives, how will I take the right decision?
Right, ma'am.
So it is okay to be confused. It is okay to think over the alternatives. So we are actually not stressed every time. It is that
Right.
misinterpreted term.
Yeah.
And second thing, it's okay that the life situation when we are having uh, different challenges. Now, First thing is having a balanced mind. Okay.
Right, ma'am. Right.
What we need to learn is we need to keep balance of our emotions. I said before also, like we are not happy and we are not sad every time. It is the balance that we need to make. Balance, the genetic set point that we had discussed earlier. So I need to be balanced every time and break state. So whenever a situation comes, do not keep that same situation.
Yeah, right, ma'am. I understood. Yeah.
Just keep it separately. Give time,
Right.
give space, take a break state, stop. After
Hmm.
some time, after 15 minutes, we'll deal with the situation. Suppose, Ritu, you are angry and you came home
Right, ma'am.
and you started shouting. But I was not
Right.
angry, I was in a good mood. So you
Hmm.
are angry, I will maintain my mood.
Right, ma'am.
Okay, I'll bring some
Yeah,
water for
right, ma'am.
you. I'll bring some water for you and we'll just make a break state. Clear?
Right, ma'am. Sure.
After
Yeah,
some
definitely.
time, we can have a discussion. This will really help.
Right.
And we actually
Basically,
we are
to have some relax. Yes, yes,
yes,
please, ma'am.
yes. And it
Yeah.
is that many times we explore many alternatives.
Hmm.
So that is not confusion. That is not stressful
No,
situation.
no. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for the answer, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ritu. Yes, anyone else?
Yes, please ask questions. They are very interesting. It is making our session very interesting. And please, uh, I can say Sudhakar sir. Sir,
Yeah, so
please,
that
you are welcome to ask the question, sir.
Actually, what I feel is that I would just express my feelings, and what I have felt is that we are lacking Guru Shishya Parampara, the mentor and mentee. You know, that tradition we have lost, which earlier used to be. Even when I was studying, I could see it in my school. I am a Kavian, because my father was in army, so we had to be, in Kendriya Vidyalaya because he used to get posted every 3 or 4 years. So what I felt there earlier during our times that there was connection between a teacher and a student, right? And I think that one should have guru, mentor in his or her life at all the stages. I still remember that there used to be, a saint coming to village and then used to have some, pujas kind of thing over there. Jug jisko kehte hain, used to say jug, right? Big puja. And there I used to see that, he used to give guru mantra to whosoever wanted to take, and almost everybody used to have. And that way, if I say see my grandfather and then even my father, so they used to follow their guru mentor, right? And every evening I used to see my grandfather remembering his guru and doing all those mantras, in the evening. So there was a trust between a mentor and mentee. And I think that this tradition we should start at school level also. But this is only possible when we are able to control ourselves, actually. Right. And how is that possible? That is possible through yoga. Right. So yoga, it's very important. We cannot just excuse that we don't have time. We can have time. Why not? We can have, if we are not able to get time in the morning, we can have in the evening, at least for 15 minutes to 30 minutes, right? And by practicing that, we can have a self-control. And once we have balanced ourselves, we can have that energy to have that control that mentorship that we need to give to the students. So these are the two important things, starting the tradition of mentor and mentee, that is Guru Shishya Parampara, and another is yoga. We don't have to go in too many, details, but if we take these two things in our life, I think that it will make easy to all the educators to have that control in the classroom. Thank you so much. There's so many things to discuss, but I thought that I should put this, here, my thought process. I don't know whether you agree or not, but this is what I feel like. So thank you so much, Hina ma'am and Rashmi ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, sir.
Sudhakar sir. You have touched the right chord of yoga. So I will request Hina ma'am that you say in few words about yoga, and if you can make us do yoga exercise for 1 minute, I mean minimum time, because the time is not in our hands. If you can give that experience to us. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. I would say yoga. In Hindi, it is called yog. Yoga means union, union with God or union with higher self is yoga. So, how is it possible for us to do yoga? Yoga can be mindful breathing exercise also. In this small span of time, I would just ask everybody to close their eyes and sit straight. You need to take few deep breaths. Inhale a very long deep breath and exhale in a very deep breath. Now, let us close our right nostril and breathe on the count of 6 from our left nostril only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, closing both the nostrils for the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we exhale from right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 6 from right. Close. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale. Exhale from left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue doing for 6 rounds. Inhale 6. Close. Exhale right 6. Inhale 6. Close both the nostrils for 6. Exhale 6. You will find that your mind is totally on your breath. Your focus has drawn to your breath and you are not worried about outside what is happening. This is how we can concentrate better and bring our focus.
Now I want yes, some. I mean, maybe any teacher from Sri Lanka to ask questions.
Or
Thank you,
ma'am can.
We'd like to hear the Sri Lankans.
yeah, thanks, Rashmi ma'am. It is a very, very super session. Actually, I think all got a lot of benefits. first of all, I like to invite the Sri Lankan teachers to share your feeling about the today's session. Yeah, I saw so many names.
Specifically, sir, the takeaways, what they have learned, what is the key points that they understood in today's session.
Yeah, anyone can,
If they
yeah,
speak and they can write in the comment box as well.
yeah. Miss Hemalini, yeah, I think there are so many Sri Lankan teachers. Nirupama, Purnima, Sugandhi, yeah, Sugandhi, you can coordinate.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I
You can
just
coordinate. Yeah,
ask
yeah,
you till others get ready.
yeah.
So actually, I was not ready to stay for the meeting today, ma'am, but I thought the way you started, I wanted to stay. I said, no, sir, I'll follow up the workshop because it was so nice the way it started. So I was doing till your yoga practice, ma'am. It was really, really something which is needed right at the moment. So because handling children at this situation is not easy for the teachers. So it is all about mental health and well-being for teachers is something which is really needed, and it is taught in a glance. Actually, it was so much to take away. The way you said the age appropriation, the way you did the explanation on that, the gender attraction, it was actually a way that we could explain the children. It was actually very useful. And also the way you insisted us, we are not teachers, we are facilitators. And also not, you gave a power to the session saying not to underestimate teachers. We are powerful than social media. So that was so much. I felt a lot and proud to be a teacher too. So thank you for your powerful words, ma'am. Thank you so much. There was so much to take away today.
So I
Sugandhi,
will
yeah, Sugandhi, we
just
can invite the other teachers to give any comments for Sri Lankan teachers.
Uh,
I saw so many names. If anyone want to speak few words,
we like to hear Sri Lankans,
yeah, yeah.
my family members.
all the way from India, we have arranged a workshop for all teachers. So please convey some comments on the session. So it will be really,
Or anything, they can say hello to us
yes,
and
Yeah.
they can just talk about themselves.
at
They
least
can
in the chat
introduce
box.
themselves.
Yeah. If you can't switch on the camera, then without the camera, you can give any idea.
So we have few. Prasanna Devi takeaway to understand and value ourselves as a great influence on our students. And then Sampa. We said be self-motivated and motivate everyone. We can change the world. And Ms. Anuradha says, useful session. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I think they have kept their messages. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, ma'am, Rashmi ma'am, you handle very nicely. You are very young, and we are very happy about you. And Rashmi ma'am, it is very, we want to thanks for your leadership. And I think the collaboration works like this. We need collaboration works to we do a lot of things. We discuss about the leadership, we discuss about the management, we discuss about the pedagogy, we discuss about the curriculums and all the things. Similar to the all other things, it is more important to manage the life without the stress. For that, lectures like this more important, because we can learn a lot of the curriculum theories, we can teach a lot of curriculum theories, we can do everything for the children. If they can't manage their life, their professional life, their family life, if they can't balance, then it makes so many troubles. Then these sessions are not only for the subject, those lecture series are more important to manage the personal life, the social life, professional life for all. Therefore, it is very thanks, Rash ma'am. Very thanks to our speaker, Doctor. And on behalf of the all Sri Lankans, I thanks for our president of the Dr. Kalam Foundation and all the team for this great lecture series. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.